It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Cleveland Browns and the Chicago Bears, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the legendary venues in the sport, historic Soldier Field in Chicago. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end U, man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Look him up on a second down and 8. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Give up the middle with Swift. And he'll get forward to about the 42. Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah in on the stop. Second down and 8. They'll go again with Swift. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. On the out, connecting with Allen. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun. It is Swift. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. On 2nd down, it's Williams. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Well, this is how you dream up the opening script. You get the ball first, and you want to go down and set the tone for the rest of the game. Well, it looks like the coaches did a great job when they built that script during the week. With that big-time throw, they got a shot now with 1st and goal to end this opening drive with a touchdown.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. What will the 2nd quarter have in store? We're back to Soldier Field after this. Ball at the 3, 2nd down and goal. To throw is Williams. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Chicago. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Pierre Strong on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. Leading them out, the veteran quarterback first-round pick back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
As hard as it may be, Mike, to resist, I don't think they need to come out and think we have to match them big play for big play after just giving up that early score. Stick to your plan. Pick up the first down and allow this game to start unfolding and settle into a rhythm. Execute your game plan. Don't try to match what your opponents do.
They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. Oh, a loose football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want, but now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier, because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
That's complete. It's Cedric Tillman. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And he will be taken down, but not before he gets to the Browns' 19-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards.
Explosive plays. Teams understand just how valuable they are in regards to the ability to score points. Typically, they come through the air, Mike. In this case, they got it on the ground. Now they find themselves inside the red zone.
On the handoff, Ford. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
On second down, here's Watson. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Cleveland.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Browns come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Scott now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bears offense ready now for their second drive. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Williams going to keep it on the zone read. And he'll be brought down, but what a run down to the 40. A big-time play for the Bears. 33 yards. 2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We'll come back to Soldier Field following this. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. There he goes again. And he's going to be taken down, but not until he reaches the 20-yard line.
The defense is going to have to come up with a plan for this quarterback using his legs, Mike, or it's going to be a long day. They knew coming in he was a threat, but I'm not sure they thought he would be this effective this early.
Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Open man, that's Rome Odunze. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. To throw, it's Williams. Taking off, and he will score. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Bears. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
On is Santos for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Bears will move out to a 14-7 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Browns offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Watson. He's got his man, the tight end, David Njoku. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Out of the gun, Watson. That'll be taken in by Moore. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down. Shotgun snap to Watson. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. Here now, 3rd and 5. Again, it's Watson. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
So on 4th down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we hit halftime along the lakefront here in Chicago, and the Bears are on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Browns offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Now it's Watson. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
On first down, it's Watson. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Flags coming. Looks like there was movement on the right side of the O-line. That's on the former All-Pro, Jack Conklin. Here's Watson now on second down. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
We'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
A play fake. Now Watson to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
To the left side, he's got Njoku. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here's 3rd and 2. On play action, it's Watson. This one caught by Akins. And he puts his head down and he picks up the first down.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
They bring Judy in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. To throw on second down is Watson. Open man, and that's Tillman. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Looking for a third down conversion on this drive, and they only need a foot. Watson going to give it to Chubb. He's going to have a Browns first down. He has it by plenty as they keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Once again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They face 2nd down and 7. Watson. That's into the hands of Moore. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells. So they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Sure, they're thinking about the decision after the touchdown since they're down 7. But first, they've got to get the TD. It is 1st down and goal. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be 4. And he's going the wrong way, dropped back at the 7.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Taking off, and he's into the end zone. Deshaun Watson, touchdown Browns. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Two minutes to play in regulation. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now, 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. He'll swing this out to Swift. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game. As they approach midfield now, they've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker could be a hero.
Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Big play in the game right here. It's 3rd down. That's caught. It's the tight end, Komet. 17 yards on that connection. First down, Chicago.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Here's Swift. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. A run with Swift. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. So now the Brazilian-born Cairo Santos in a big spot. This a potential game winner. This kick is good. And they take the lead in the final minute of this game.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Now Watson. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with a lead here in the 4th quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
Now on 2nd and long. Throwing is Watson. Jerry Jeudy, the intended target. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Here's Watson. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. So this one in the win column for the Bears. They took this one down to the wire. The late field goal does the trick. They walk away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from along the lakefront at Soldier Field in Chicago.